Welcome back to Cryptos Are Us. I'm George. We're all George. So tonight, let's talk about this Bitcoin breakout and how it's imminent. And there are several reasons pointing at this. Plus, Bitcoin is now above $60,000, and that's a good thing. So let's talk about all these things and more. All right, let's do it. Welcome, guys. We're at 60,400, 60,500. That's not too bad. There are several reasons why I think Bitcoin went up. By the way, one of them is something that you would not expect. So I'll show that at the end of the stream. But what's causing Bitcoin to go up, and why is this breakout imminent? Well, today... Well, I talked about it. I made a big deal about Jackson Hole, right? And that's coming up this Friday. But there are many analysts that think that, hey, we're going to get that 50 basis point cut. We're not going to get 25 basis point. We're going to get 50 basis point. And that, my friends, is very, very bullish, right? So if that gets communicated this Friday, that's definitely reasons for a massive breakout, right? Plus, on Wednesday, we're going to get the Fed minutes. That alone could be very good, because if they already talked about being open to a 50 basis point cut this meeting, then, of course, or this next meeting in September, then that could also jumpstart the market. But overall, the market is doing well. Last week was a good recovery week. Today was pretty good as well, especially for tech. Right? So things are looking much better than just a few weeks ago. So this is very, very positive indeed. Also, who else is expecting a big Bitcoin breakout? Well, Van Eyck, the CEO, Jan Van Eyck, said this weeks ago. He's like, I'm 30% in Bitcoin. My personal portfolio, 30% in Bitcoin. I think Bitcoin's going to go to $350,000. Here's someone else from his company. This is a massive fund company. Of course, they do have their own Bitcoin ETF. But what do they say? Well, all the big selling is behind us. Do they know something? Is the U.S. government going to stop dumping Bitcoin? Quite possibly. What about Mt. Gox? Well, it seems like, in his example, it's more the miners. The miners have stopped dumping. He believes that they are finally done. They have capitulated. And when that happens, that's when Bitcoin turns around. So that's another reason, right? And if you look at the hash ribbons, that's exactly what the hash ribbons measure, is whether or not the miners capitulated and now the market is ready to go higher. Basically, the miners are accumulating once again. We know Mara, they just raised $300 million to buy more Bitcoin. What about the other smaller miners? Seems like they may be done selling. And that, my friends, would be very, very bullish. Okay, so that's another reason. But that's not all. There's another reason. I don't know how true this reason is. Justin Sun thinks that China may be lifting its ban on crypto. He tweeted out, what's the best meme for this? Does he know something, or he is just making stuff up? I don't trust Justin Sun, but that's irrelevant. Okay? Does he know something? Obviously, China is sort of embracing crypto, allowing Hong Kong to start trading, and they have their own Bitcoin and Ethereum ETFs. So who's to say that they won't just unban it on the mainland? And if that happens, we have 1.4 billion people that could be exposed to Bitcoin and crypto soon. So that also, I'd say, is pretty darn bullish if true, and could mean a breakout is imminent, right? So we got a whole lot of stuff Whole lot of stuff today, right? All great things. Moving on, 60% of the largest U.S. hedge funds hold Bitcoin ETFs. Some of them hold substantial amounts. If you look at overall and Q2 purchases, I mean, Millennium Management is definitely leading the way with 27,000 Bitcoin ETFs, I guess shares of ETFs, or I don't know if that's total or how much money they put in. I guess quantity of Bitcoin. It says it right there, duh. And then look at it. Even in Q2, they bought another 1,400. And then you got others like GS Asset Management that decided to purchase 6,200 in Q2. I mean, almost every single one. There are a few that haven't probably disclosed yet, but overall, the big boys are still loading up, like I've been saying, and they will not stop loading up for quite some time. And in case you're wondering, you thought that MicroStrategy was leading the way in terms of loading up. You know, Michael Saylor, he's been loading up since 2020, raised a lot of debt to load up. But look at how fast BlackRock is loading up versus MicroStrategy at this point, right? BlackRock is parabolic right now. So they are definitely taking advantage of the low prices that I've been telling you guys about for quite some time, and they will continue to load up for quite some time. And by the time they're done, they're going to hold a large percentage of the supply. That's not a good thing, but they will continue to accumulate. That's why we retail investors, we need to follow. Otherwise, there's not that much left. There really isn't. 94%? 94% of the supply has been minted already, or mined, right? And everyone's fighting for the last 6%. 30-day demand change, okay? Skyrocketing. In fact, going all the way back to 2017, we haven't seen this kind of accumulation ever in history. You know why? Because of those ETFs, because of those institutions now FOMOing. Never, ever, ever have we seen accumulation like this over 30 days in history. In history. That's pretty darn amazing, right? Now, I've said a lot of things that are really bullish, but breakout next month, according to analysts, yes. Is 86K possible by the end of September? Hopefully, you guys did not get flooded out when Bitcoin was at $49,000. Because if so, and Bitcoin ends up being at 86,000 by the end of next month, you will really kick yourself and regret falling for the FUD, which is why I always tell you guys, don't panic sell. Continue to hold on DCA. DCA long-term, take the guessing game out of it. Now, why do analysts think that a breakout in September is imminent and why 86K is possible? First of all, we know that that 50 basis point cut I talked about is in September, right? That's number one. All the accumulation stuff that I talked about will not stop. But if you look at the charts, there are a lot of charts that are showing similarities to previous pumps. And when we break out of our current slump, the next target is 86,000 right here. A megaphone pattern. We're breaking out of the megaphone pattern. Once we break out, the next target is $86,000. And here's the thing. That is just the beginning. I believe we have a real shot of closing in $100,000, 6 figures by the end of this year. And Carlos, thank you for that super chat, but you have been banned permanently forever. What else? Stock Money Lizard says, we are in the last 4 weeks below 70K. After this, we will be breaking out and we will be heading higher. This is according to the last cycle or 2 cycles ago, right? We are very, very similar to the 2016-2017 cycle. So we're kind of at that same point right now, right? Again, waiting for that breakout. Here's another one that's showing this giant cup and handle pattern that will send us upwards. This one to 124,000. Doesn't mean that it's going to come by the end of this year, but maybe it will, right? Or maybe it'll come first half of 2025. Right, again, all bullish things happening right now. You just have to have patience. And the last thing I was going to say about Bitcoin, why today's breaking out, is a lot of people have been paying attention to moon cycles. And today, you notice, today is the full moon, right? Or the day after the full moon. Yeah, it's a full moon day, right? Full moons, generally speaking, have been good for Bitcoin. So we either see great pumps or great dumps. Right now we're seeing a pump, so let's hope it continues. That's another reason. But outside of Bitcoin, what else is there? Let's talk about a few alts. Avalanche. Avalanche is a really good L1. Actually, it's like an L0, but there are L1s being built on top of it. Tether is issuing a lot of USDT on Avalanche, but not just Avalanche. Tether's been minting like billions upon billions recently. Okay, that means we have a whole lot of institutions or whales that are coming into the space. So that is also very, very positive. But, you know, it's native on Avalanche, so that's good as well. Avalanche C-Chain has nearly 23 million addresses, 785,000 smart contracts, led by the likes of Lamnia. I don't even know who they are. DeFi Kingdoms, which I'm very close with and advisor of. The Playa 3 Bull. And also you have like really hot stuff like Off the Grid, right? Who has their own subnet on Avalanche. And you have Beam that's also on Avalanche, right? So they're really catering to games right now. So there are a lot of great things. Here's another one. Play Providence. Not bad. Kind of like a Halo kind of type game. There are a lot of games on Avalanche. They're certainly embracing games. And if games become hot once again, Avalanche is going to reap the rewards for sure. They have so many games. Some of them are awesome. Even DeFi Kingdom is making big strides too. So Avalanche is setting themselves up to be a gaming chain. But they also do other stuff like RWA too, for example, and memes, of course, for example. They are in a lot of things, but they're primarily into games right now. What else is there? What about Solana? You know, a lot of people talk about Polymarket. You know, Solana has their own, what is it called? Drift prediction markets. A lot of people like to bet on events, right? I don't know. That's just not for me, but a lot of people do. A lot of people do. A lot of people always refer to, well, you know, let's make a bet on Polymarket. Well, you can bet on any number of things, really. So Solana still having a ton of traction, a ton of dApps, a ton of volume. Their Sol Chat now has live streaming, which is great. I don't know how many of you guys have used Sol Chat. Of course, they have Helium Mobile. And their Jupiter Dex is awesome. And Anthony Scaramucci says Sol ETFs could be approved in Q1 of 2025 if Trump wins. We know there are applications already, right? It could be approved as soon as this year, end of this year. Who's to say that we have to wait until 2025? But once Sol gets their ETFs, man, watch out. Watch out. All right. That's pretty much it. Overall today, not a bad day. Not a bad day. Up about 3.75%. Can this continue the rest of the day? Hey, look at this. XRP is above 60 cents once again. Congratulations, XRP. BNB's up 6% today. Tron is up 6% today. You got a lot of good movers today. And of course, Bitcoin having a good day today too. Ethereum not having a good day. Ethereum is really, really lagging right now. All right, let's do some Q&A. Let's see. Today's a full moon. Yes. Is Dave Gary Gensler's twin brother? Venno says, George, this channel is the best. I've learned so much and I've come so far. I love you, man. You're doing great things for the community. I love hearing that. Thank you. A lot of people saying scammer because of the guy Carlos that I banned. That's why. Eye of the Beholder, hit the likes, BTC to the moon. Yes. Rob is saying when we hit 86K, you could say massive again. I'll say massive whenever I want, my friend. Let's see. Northy. George, price prediction for Cardano by end of 2025. All-time high still reachable. I'll answer the second one. Yes. Will Solana outperform Ethereum? Yes. Any insight on Turbo? No. Missed you at Nashville. Bought a Honda CBR 650R. Congrats, but I'm not a bike guy, so I'm not terribly thrilled about bikes altogether. Do I like Quant? No. Do you believe Litecoin is still a good product? No, I haven't believed that in like 10 years. Brett or Miggles? Neither. I have no idea. No idea. George, you need a vacation away for a while. Too much tension today. I have no tension today. I'm actually enjoying my night. But I do agree with you. I do need a vacation, and I'm taking one. I'm taking a lot of vacation. The problem is when you take a vacation, you need a vacation from your vacation. And plus, I never stop working even on vacation, which is a problem. So I'm just working hard until the end of 2025, and then I'm out of here. I'm retiring. So, you know the phrase, you could sleep when you die. I'll sleep when I retire. What do you think about the rumors revolving Gary Gensler potentially getting involved with Kamala's run? I heard he may be Treasury Secretary. I don't know if that's a promotion. I guess it is. But, you know, I don't know. How do I feel about Jitto? I'm okay. I like Jupiter better than Jitto. But Jitto is, you know, liquid staking on Solana, and they're doing very well. Very well indeed. So, yeah. Heath, I know you're bullish on Solana. Do you think crypto winter for Solana will be just as bad as the past? No. This last one was horrible because everyone thought that FTX was going to kill Solana. But people that took advantage of Sol at $8 and $10, they're laughing all the way to the bank. So no. Sonny, can ETH hit 10K this run? Can Cardano hit $5? Yes. To the first. I don't know if Cardano could hit $5. $4? Maybe. $5? I don't know. ETH hitting 10K? I think so. I think so. After you're tired and you'll get caught up in a fight game, it'll never end. But that's true, Bob. That's true. I spend so much time and headaches on the IFC. You guys don't know. Like to match these guys up, guys with egos, guys with different experience, guys with different weights and heights and regions. I mean, setting up IFC fights is way more time consuming than anyone ever knows. But I'm stupid and I kind of like it. And I like going to all the crypto events that the fights happen to fall on. So yeah, you're right. I'll probably, once I retire, I'll probably still do my Sunday walk videos, maybe my crypto cruise, and I'll work on the IFC. And if it's still worth doing, hopefully it will be, because it's growing by leaps and bounds right now. Nine breaker. Yeah, I need a long extended vacation. Caveman Juice. XRP will blow minds once the bull run is in full throttle. I've heard that before. If I had $1 every time I've heard that from XRP Army, I would have like $10. Carl, hi George. Been subscribed for a few months. Thank you. What do you think the best way to sell BTC profits is when the time comes? Switch to stablecoin. Yeah, just switch to stablecoin. That's really it. You could sell the cash, but selling the stablecoin is fine too. You don't have to sell it all. Just make sure you take enough out. JR. George, for your crypto cruises, can you do at least one launch control, please? I don't want to get a ticket when I'm doing crypto cruise. I could do a 0 to 60 at least, but I'm gonna reserve most of that for my drivers only channel. Like the one that I just tested, Ionic 5N, I actually did a recording of that today. So you guys, if you want to see the full review, then subscribe to drivers only. Shady Crypto Wizard, can you hold an interview for a group of people to keep Cryptos R Us going? Nah, maybe the people on my team like Josh. He's been doing a lot. He runs, Dirty Degens right now. He'll be doing spaces for me. He could probably do it. I may let him do it as long as you guys like the content. Heath, I think Bitcoin, ETH, Sol hold very well in the coming crypto winter, but everything else dumps. Thoughts? BNB holds very well. Toncoin has held very well, so I don't think that's exactly true. I think there are a lot that will hold very well. The alts only get stronger every single cycle, so this coming one can make them even stronger. Why did you keep the XRP video? Because I'm the only one in existence in the entire world that holds this copy. Okay. No one else has it. And it's so valuable because every time I play it, it pumps XRP. It makes people, it blows people's minds. it opens, it's so educational. It's like, it just forces people to buy. So I have to be very responsible about playing it. So that's why I can't play it very often. You should produce the channel from behind the scenes once you stop. You know, like producing this stream, this content is actually very, very easy. I do it solely myself. Unlike others that have like a team of like 20 or 50 that are producing their videos, I do it myself. From the thumbnails to the titling to the streaming. The only thing I don't do myself is finding some of these articles and charts. I do have someone that helps me with that, but everything else I do myself. So that's why when I hear small creators, they're asking me for help and they're like, well, you know, I'm thinking about hiring a thumbnail artist, or I'm thinking about hiring a video editor, and they're not making any money at all or getting no views. I'm like, you don't have to do that. You could do it yourself. You can get very far by yourself, and then if you make enough money, then you can hire people, right? So it doesn't take much to produce when I'm producing, I guess. Bob A says, George, start making AI watch all your videos. Then when you retire, AI will be able to replace you. I've been thinking about that. I haven't found any really good software, but if there is some software that can mimic me very well, I will use it. Heath, I always appreciate that. I'm glad you're positioned very well. I hope many that are watching are in the same boat, right? All we can do during the boring times, scary times, is to accumulate. That's the only strategy. It's hard because when people are fearful, they don't want to accumulate. But people that have been through a few cycles, like myself and others, and people that truly understand about money, and people that truly understand about what Bitcoin is about, and some of these crypto, they will continue to accumulate. And when they rise, and when the entire market hits new highs, people that have accumulated will reap the rewards and get the massive gains that I've been talking about. Jerome is asking, hey, George, where do you see AMD going from here? I stopped paying attention to AMD. I'm all in on NVIDIA. I have a ton of options on NVIDIA, and I think NVIDIA is a monopoly that can't be stopped at this point. Can you do a video about your current position in DCA altcoin portfolio, already heavy on Bitcoin? I mean, tomorrow, right? Is tomorrow Wednesday or tomorrow Tuesday? Tomorrow's Tuesday. So you have to wait Wednesday, and then you'll see the list, right? I made a few changes this year. Not that many, just a few. I may make a few more changes. Am I going to Solana conference? I've applied to go since I'll be in Singapore for Token 2049, and Flashpoint or whatever it's called is right afterwards, so I'll probably be there. Lucy's asking, thoughts on 4Runner Off-Road Premium versus TRD Pro. There's a big difference between TRD and Off-Road Premium. So if you could afford it, TRD Pro all the way. How long ago did you start that DTA portfolio? In 2021. Solana to 500 by the end of this year. Ooh, that's a good question. 500 this year. Nah, maybe I could see like 300-400. 500 off chance, maybe, but I think it's more like 300. Do I like Dr. Pepper? I'll tell you guys an interesting story about Dr. Pepper that I haven't shared before. So growing up, I hated Dr. Pepper. I've always thought it's weird. It just tastes weird. And the rumors are it's just prune juice. So I've never liked Dr. Pepper. But when I was a kid, I was like with my cousins and we visited some farm. And I spent the whole day there just playing outside, doing whatever. And the only drink they had was Dr. Pepper. It was Dr. Pepper or water. And I'm like, screw it. I'm going to drink Dr. Pepper constantly today. Force myself to drink it until I like Dr. Pepper. And that's what I did. I ended up drinking like 10 cans or something that day. And ever since then, I like Dr. Pepper. So that's my interesting story of the day. Matan Router. What do you think about Wojak? Which Wojak? There are so many Wojaks out there. You have to define it better. Frank Leopard, Dr. Pepper is better than XRP. Meridian Heights, where can I see the IFC fights? You can see it on, it's live streamed to influencerfightclub.com. I got a fancy page for it. The next fight is IFC 4. That's the IFC 3 fight with Nick, Carter, and Cody. So you'll be able to watch it here. You can watch it on Karate Combat's X page, YouTube page. But you can watch it on my Cryptos R Us Plus's YouTube page, or you can just go to influencerfightclub.com and watch this. That was a pretty good fight, actually. Nick Carter dominated that fight. And you can watch all the previous fights here. Phil versus Bama was a crazy one. Billy McFarland was a good one. The ladies, they always have a good one. We got BitBoy in the first one, Crypto Crow. We got Dreamer. I mean, it's only going to get better. You think Costco hot dog will make a comeback in the upcoming months? I have not looked at Costco hot dog for many months, so I have no idea where it is. By the way, outside, you guys have never visited cryptosaurus.com. It's pretty good. You can see all the best exchanges. You can see my educational programs like my Patreon. All the videos are up. Here's one from Josh and Scott for Dirty Degens. So yeah, it's a pretty good page if you've never been there before. Do you have a city tour pamphlet? When will you be in Fort Lauderdale? Man, I was in Fort Lauderdale and Miami so many times already this year. Every time I go down to Miami, I just get in trouble. Incognito says Casper will melt faces. I think the time is now. I don't know about that. Yasleen says George don't retire in 2025. Yeah, I don't know. Again, no promises. I'll probably still do some videos, but I'm probably not going to do my daily streams. That's for sure. You and Popcat yet are still fading. I don't get what Untamed Lumber is. I don't know what Untamed Lumber is. Is that slang for something? Fort Lauderdale is like it's so weird. When flying down to Miami, you could pick Fort Lauderdale or Miami. They're so close. They're 30 minutes away from each other. I don't know why there's two major airports. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, Miami is a dangerous place to be at. It's best not to be in Miami for a long time. Or Fort Lauderdale. It's the same. More live stream. Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's it. You know, we're doing pretty good today. 60,500. We pumped up. Today's a full moon. We have a lot of great bullish things happening. That indicates a breakout is imminent, and we're moving according to previous patterns, previous cycles. Nothing has changed, right? So overall, stay strong, my friends. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 8:30 a.m. Central Standard Time. We'll see. Maybe Bitcoin's back up to 63.7 tomorrow. That would be great. And before I go, so many of you guys asked for the most educational video about XRP ever. The only copy in existence is in my hands. So take a look.
What do you think about Ripple?
Well, I mean, I think it's too centralized, but I definitely want to meet Chris Larsen.